Good morning, everybody. Today is September 14, 2022. Today our lecture is Visuddhimagga, part of purification, Samadhi Nidis, body concentration, Kaya Gata Sati, mindfulness, occupying with the 32 body part. Part today is a part 85. So before studying the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, saying Namo Tassa in 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. So we continue talking about the Kaya Gata Sati, mindfulness, occupying with the 32 body part. How can you practice that kind of meditation? So last week we studying introduction, and then today we continue how technique we will apply in this meditation method. So, Pali studying here like this. Iman Pana. Pana continuously explaining. Iman is together with the Kammatthana. Iman Kammatthana, this meditation method. Iman Kammatthana, this meditation method. This meditation method meaning is Kaya Gata Sati, mindfulness occupying with the 32 body part. Bhavedu Kamena. Usually Bali into explaining the how can you practice meditation starting like this, same pattern. Bhavedu Kamena. Bhava and Bhavedu means to develop. Kama is want. Want to develop that kind of meditation, the person who want to develop the meditation, Adi Kamena. Adi is start or beginning. Adi Kamikena, sorry. Adi Kamikena. Adi, yes, start or beginning. Kamika is the person who practice that meditation. So the beginner who practice the meditation, the meaning is Adi Kamena. Kamikena, sorry. Adi Kamikena. Kula Putina. Kula Buddha. Kula Buddha is the person, very good person to practice a kind of meditation. Kula Putina. Uddha Bhakkarana. Uddha is already already described. Uddha. Bhakkara is the way or method. Already described the method. The method meaning is you can practice the meditation with the mindfulness occupying 32 body part. So, Kalayana Mita. Yeah, the first we need Kalyanamitta. Kalyanamitta is a good friend. The good friend is very important. Hmm? The good friend meaning here is the person who has experienced the meditation practice. Here we call Kalyanamitta. Good friend. Good friend meaning is the person who already has experienced the meditation, uh, is the practice that is here Kalyanamitta. Because if you want to practice meditation, you need that kind of person experience because meditation is not very easy because train our mind. Train our mind is the worst things to do in the world. The other thing is very easy, but train your mind, train your mind is very, very difficult. So the meditation, any kind of meditation is trying to train our mind. So not easy. We have many difficulty while we are practicing. So that's why we need good friend who has already experience in meditation practice. This is very, very important. So that's why Pali mentioned Kalyanamitta. Kalyanamitta is very, very, very important. Kalyana is good. Mitta is a friend. Good friends. Good friend meaning here I already told to you. Huh? And then Upasangamitwa. Yeah, Upasangamitwa is approach to that person. You have to approach to that person. Huh? Because he can give good instruction, right instruction to you to practice meditation. Because this is very important. If you don't get the right method or right instruction, you will not you will waste of the time. Even though you practice, but wrong way, this is a waste of time, isn't it? So that's why Kalyanamitta, Upasangamita, very important. Pali is all that I mentioned. These Pali words very similar. All kind of meditation methods starting like this. And then Idang Kamatana. Kahita. Idang Kamatana means here explaining is Kagadasati, mindfulness occupying and the 32 body parts. So that kind of meditation technique, Kahitava means should be take, should be learn. Should be take meaning is should be learn from the person who already experienced in that meditation. And then Bali continue explaining Tena Pesa. Tena Pesa. Tena Pesa is a Tena Api Asa. Tena Api Asa. Tena Api Asa. Tena Api Asa. So Tena Api is a referring the person who want to practice the Kayakadasati, the meditation method. Mention Tena Api. Asa. Oh no. Sorry, Tinavi is the teacher, the good friend here. Sorry, but Asa is the person who want to practice that kind of meditation. Sorry. Tina is the Kalyanamitta, the teacher. Kalyanamitta, the teacher who already experienced in that meditation method. Tina P. Asa is to the person who want to practice that meditation. Kamathana, the method of meditation. Kamathana, kathendena. Kathendena, katha is a talk or teach. Teach to him. The teacher who already experienced and in that meditation method teach to the person who want to practice meditation. So Katandina, to teach to the person Sattada. Satta is a seven, Da is a kind, seven kind. Okaha Kosan. Okaha is learning. Kosanla is skill. Learning skill in learning. Seven kind of skill in learning. Yeah, we need. Because that meditation method is step by step. We have a lot of steps. We will explain later more detail. Okay. So step by step, we have to change the meditation technique. First chanting verbally, and then trying to see in your mind that meditation object, 32 body parts. So sequentially, reversely, many different practicing we need. That's why here that sattata. Satta is seven kind. Seven kind of skill in learning. And then dasada cha. Oh, dasa is a 10. Dasada cha. 10 kind also. Manasikara kosana. Manasikara is, Manasikara is attention, given attention. Manasikara. In the Abhidhamma we learn Manasikara. Manasikara is a pay attention, so given the attention. Kosala is a skill. Yeah, skill in giving attention. Manasikara kosala is 10 kind. We have to learn because step by step we have to do that. So that meditation method is not very easy. Many steps we need to follow. Many steps, step by step. So here Bali mentioned Tatsara Cha Manasikara Kosala Achikitava. Yeah. Achikitava means should be explained to him. The person who want to practice the Kayakadasati. So the Kalanamida, the teacher, should explain, should, teach him. Achikitava. Okay, Achikitava, and then Tata. Continue Bali. Tata means in that two kind of skill. Kosanla. Two kind of skill here. Okaha Kosanla, skill in learning, and Manasikara Kosanla, giving attention, skill in giving attention. These two kind. Here Bali refer Tata. Tata is referred to that two kind. Two kind of skill. Okaha Kosanla, skill in learning. Manasikara Kosala, skill in giving attention. Manasikara Kosala. These two kind of skill. Tata. Vachasa. Vachasa is with the bubbly. So that means verbally reciting verbally fast. While wacha is a bubble. Wacha. Yeah. Sa is a with. Mana is a mind. Yeah. Sa is a with the mind. After reciting or chanting, that step, beyond that step, just in the mind. No bubbly. First bubbly, after that, just in the mind. No need bubbly. So step by step like this. So Kayakadasati is not easy here. Not easy way to practice, but step by step we need to follow. If you don't follow in that way, you cannot get what you want, the benefit of the meditation. So very careful. We should be careful to follow in the step by step meditation method. So two, Vachasa, Manasa, Wonado. Wonado, Wona is a color, isn't it? Wona is a color. According to the color. Yeah, so 32 body part we have to we have to note the color of different body parts. Vonado and then Santanado. Santana is a shape. According to the shape. Santanado. And then Disado. Disa is location. Disa. Disado according to the location. And then Okasado. Okasa, Disa. So yeah, Disado is a direction. Okasado is a location. Should be translated like this. Disado is a direction. Okasado is a location, and then Brichidado, Brichidado, iti. The Brichidado is the boundary, boundary or delimitation. The English translation is delimitation, limit. Make a limit, make a boundary. Yeah, we have to keep in our mind with the boundary. So here, how many? Vachasa, Manasa, Wanado, Santanado, Disado, Okasado, Brichidado. 7, isn't it? Yeah. So that's why. Idi A1 like this. Sadara, 7 kind. So 7 kind here, Pali mentioned. Vachasa, Manasa, Wanado, Santanado, Disado, Okasado, Brichidado. Or 7 kind, isn't it? So the learning scale in learning is step by step. In the 7 step, we should follow. We need to follow. If we want to practice the Kayakadasati, we need to follow these steps. So Sadada Ogaha Kosana scale in the learning, Achikidaba should be explained. Should be taught to the person who want to practice meditation. This is very important. So that's why here in the translation now a clansman. So Kula Buddha is English translation clansman. Kula Buddha. Clansman who as a beginner is Arikamikena. Beginner. As a beginner, want to develop this meditation. So that's the Bhavedu Kamena. Iman Kamathana Bhavedu Kamena. Should go to a good friend. And good friend is who already experienced in that meditation of the kind already described and then learn it. And the teacher who expound, who expound it already to him should tell him the 7-fold scale in learning or Okaha, Okakosala. And then the 10-fold scale in the given attention, Manasikara, Kosala. Yeah, these 2 scale. So here in these 2 kind of scale, the 7-fold scale in learning should be told thus. Number 1, as a verbal recitation. Number 2, as a manda recitation. Manda recitation means just in the mind, no need verbally. Okay? And then number 3, as to the color, wana. Number 4, as to the shape, santana. Number 5, as to the direction, disa. Number 6, as to the location, okasa. And then number 7, as to the limitation, boundary, parichita. So in that 7 step, we have to follow if we want to practice the Kaya Sati, mindfulness occupying with the 32 body part. Okay, so Pali continuously explaining here, Ima he is, it is true. Here Pali, he is a true, it is true. Ima Same is with the Patikula Manasikara Kamathani. Very long Pali. So together. Imasame is this. In this particular Manasikara. Particular is that meditation object is a repulsiveness, very, very awful. And because of impurity, isn't it? So particular is a repulsiveness. Particular Manasikara is attention. Attention to the repulsiveness. Kamathana is meditation. So in that, pay attention to the repulsiveness, that meditation method, yobi. Yobi means some bhikkhu. Some bhikkhu means no specific anyone. Yobi, Tipitaka, even though who expert in the 3 basket of the Buddha teaching, Tipitaka is a very highest level, and learning in the teaching of Buddha. We call Tipitaka. Tipitaka is the person who completely study in the 3 basket. Hoti is the person, even though the person Tipitaka. Tenavi, that person, the Tipitaka, the person who completely learn in the 3 basket, the highest learning person, even though he need to follow that way. Manasikara Kali. Manasikara Kali means pay attention. At the time of the pay attention, Patama fast. Vachaya is verbally. Sajayo means recitation. Verbally recitation, katabo should be made. Katabo. You should make. That person should make. Even though master of the Tipitaka, 3 basket learning, he need to follow in that way. Cannot skip that method. Okay? Ekachasa. He Satchayang Karandindasewa. So he is because the reason here he is not, it is true here because of the reason. Ikachasa is the some person. Ikasacha Sajayang Karandasa. Sajayang is a recitation. Karandasiwa is a tune making that recitation. Kamathana, meditation. Bhagadan, Bhagadan is, become evident, become obvious, appear in the mind. Bhagadan, hoti. Bhagadan means you are in your mind, very clearly appear. Bhagadan, hoti. Malaya Wasi. Malaya is a name of the place. Wasi is the person who live in that place. So the person who live in the Malaya place, so that person we call Malaya Wasi. So Pali used like this. The place and Seattle, living in the Seattle Wasi. We say like this. Like this. Here Malaya Wasi. The monk who live in the Malaya place, Mahadeva Tirasa, isn't it? Mahadeva Tirasa. So Mahadeva is the name of the senior senior. Tira is a senior senior monk. Tira is a senior monk. Mahadeva is the name of his. Name of him. So Sandike is in front of that senior monk. Oghita is a learning or studying Kamathana. The meditation, studying the meditation. Dvaina is a two. Tirana is the senior monk. Two senior monk. We are is a light, like a two senior monk who learn that meditation. So the Pali mentioned like this. So this we are is already just give the example like that two senior monk who practice the Kayakadasati like this. Give the example. So English translation, this meditation subject consists in giving attention to the repossessness, particular repossessness. Even if one is the master of the Tipitaka, he have no assumption. He need to do the Bible recitation should still be done at the time of the first giving it attention. For the meditation subject only becomes evident to the son through recitation, as it did to the two elders who learned the meditation subject from the elder Mahadeva of the hill country, Malaya. Okay, and then Pali continue explain. Chero Gira. Gira more detail explaining. Thero means the senior monk who the name Malaya Wasi, Mahadeva Thera. Mahadeva Thera. Thero Tehi. Tehi means to the other senior monk. Because the other two senior monk learned from the Mahadeva senior monk. So Mahadeva, the senior monk is a teacher. The other two senior monk is learn from him. Here, Tehi means these two, the senior monk. Kamathana meditation, Yachito asked. Yachito is a request. Request to the teacher. Request to the Mahadeva, senior, and Mahadeva, the monk, senior monk. Yachito. Chattaro Masi. Chattaro is a four. Masa is a month. 4 months. Yeah. The time is not only just 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. They need to reciting again and again. Yeah. So time is not fixed. Some are very short, maybe some are very long. For them, for 4 months, they need to recite, make a recitation. So they mention Pali here. Imayewa Sijaya. Imayewa Sijaya means Sijaya is a recitation. This recitation, Karota iti. Karota is they make. They make a recitation for 4 months. Not easy, 4 months. They need to recitation every day, all the time, practice like this. But different person has a different time. Time period is different. Maybe some are short, maybe some are more longer than 4 months. Okay, and then Dutinsa Manasika no. Dutinsa Kara Pale. Dutinsa is a 2, Dwa is a 2, Tinsa is a 30, 32. So 32 body part. Dutinsa Kara. 32 body part. Pali is a Pali. Pali is the Buddha teaching, but Buddha language, Pali language. So here. So that meditation method Buddha mentioned with the Pali language. Yeah, how to practice 32 body parts. So that Pali. That Pali. Dudesa Manasika Dudesakara Pali Adasi. Adasi is a Da is a gift. Adasi is a gift. Give to them to reciting. To make a recitation. So the meaning is the teacher, Mahadeva senior man gave to them that to the Sakara Pali, for chanting every day for 4 months. Yeah, that meaning. Day. So these 2 senior men in Chabi. In Chabi is a later nation. Later Dwe Tayopi Nikaya Baguna. Dwe is a 2 Nikaya. Tayo is a 3 Nikaya. 2, 3 Nikaya. Baguna is they began a spot. Baguna. Baguna is they already began a spot in 2, 3 Nikaya. So that's money learning, isn't it? No, Tipitaka is more. Tipitaka is all Nikaya. But here mentioned the 2, 3 Nikaya is a part of, not all, not complete. So Dvetayo Nikaya Bakuna. Patakhinakahitaya. So that is together with the later here the Kenchabi, so we have Kenchabi. Kenchabi, Kenchabi is even though they are expert in 2-3 Nikaya. Yeah. So that means that mention is they are almost Tipitaka. They are learn completely the teaching of Pali, 3 basket, expert master of the Tipitaka, but they need the time is 4 months here. Chataro Masi, 4 months. Huh? You can imagine, not easy. Chataro Masi, Dudinsa, Dudinsa Garan, Sijayanda. Wow. Sajayanda was a day. Every day they chanting, reciting the 32, the body part, chanting every day, all the time. But they are very, very lucky. Just chanting like this, Sodabana Heso. They began a Sodabana. Just chanting 4 months, they began a Sodabana. Maybe they in previous life they already practiced, that kind of Tudisakara meditation method. So that's why they have already the perfection in that meditation method. So that's why. But even though they have parami, they make a profession, they need time, 4 months, 4 month chanting, not just 1 month, 4 month chanting, 4 month recitation. So yeah, tasama therefore, tasama therefore, because of that reason, because of huh, the reason, tasama kamathana katandena. Kamatana Katandina, Kamatana, and the meditation, Katandina is teach. Achariyena, teacher. The teacher who teach the meditation, Antewasiko. What the ball? Antewasiko means live together with the teacher. The person who want to practice that meditation, that person need to stay with the teacher because a long time the teaching step by step and chanting many times, chanting again and again. So maybe the person, the beginner is need the supporting by the teacher, isn't it? That's why. Andewasiko, Watabo. Andewasika is the person who staying together with the teacher. Watabo is a talk, should talk. Pataman Dawa. Pataman Dawa is a saying. Pataman Dawa is a fast. Pataman Dawa Wachaya. Yeah, verbally. Sajayang karonto karohi iti. Karohi is you should make recitation verbally fast. So should talk like this. Cannot skip that step. Verbally recitation very, very important. First step, very, very important. If you have already the profession in the previous slide, you will become a sadhavana after that. No need No need the other method, the other step. But different person are different. So even though the recitation step finish, you need to go and when the nothing happen, you should go the other method, other step. So many steps. So we need with the teacher to practice that kind of meditation method. Okay, so English translation here like this. On being asked for the meditation method, the Kaya Kadasati, it seems the elder gave the text. The text meaning Pali here, what the Buddha teach the language. The text where the Buddha teach language, Pali, of the 32 body aspect, saying, do only this recitation for 4 months. Although they are familiar respectively with 2 or 3 Pitaka, it only at the end of the 4 month of recitation of that meditation subject that they began the string antara. String antara is a sodabana with the right apprehension of the text. So the teacher who responds, who teach the meditation subject, should tell the pupil to do the recitation verbally first. This is a first step, but first step is very important to follow. Okay. Okay, so Bali continue explaining how we make a recitation. So Bali explains step by step. Karandena cha. Karandena cha is Karanda is the person who make a recitation. Recitation. The person who make a recitation. Tacha panchakadini. Tacha is a skin. Tacha. Tacha is a skin. Kesa, loma, naka, danda, tacho. Tacha. Tacha panchaka is a 5. So skin panted. Skin panted, the kesa, loma, naka, danda, tacho. Tacha is a skin is a 5. The fifth one. Kesa is the first one. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So Panchaka meaning is like this. Yeah. Tacha Panchaka meaning is the and starting from the first kesa, the and is a tacha. Tacha Panchaka is these 5 pantak. Skin pantak, English translation. Adini, etc. etc. Because the 32 body part, if you directly 32 body part recitation, too long. 32, too long. So make a part by part. 5 grew, another 5 grew like this to make easy. Yeah. So Buddha technique is like this. Yeah. So that's why. Tacha Panchakadini Parichinditwa. Parichinditwa is make a divided. Divide. Parichinditwa. Divide or cut. Cut into the many different parts. Prachindidwa, Anuloma, Patiloma, Vasena. Yeah. Anuloma and Patiloma. So Anuloma is forward, Patiloma is a backward. So Kesa Loma Danda and Isa Loma Naka Danda Dacho. Dacho Naka Danda Kesa Lo and Loma Kesa. Like this. Forward and backward, forward and backward. Many times recitation like this. So your mind focus on that and concentration more powerful at the time. That kind of practice. Yeah. So Anuloma is a forward, Patiloma is a backward. Vasena is according to the backward, the forward and backward method. Sajayo is a recitation. Kadabo should be made. Should be made in that way. Recitation just not only forward, backward, like this. So your mind focus on that only. That five. Yeah. Okay, and then Kesa, Loma, Naka, Danda, the Chodi. He. He is explained in detail. Explain in the detail. Kesa Loma Naka Danda the Chodi. Kesa Loma, Kesa is a head hair, Loma is a body hair, Naka is a nail, Danda is a tooth, the Cho is a skin. It is like this. Watawa is a chanting. Saying or chanting. With make a sound from your mouth. So Watawa, Buna again. Buna is again. Patiloma is a reversely. Tacho, Danda, Naka, Loma, Kesa. Like this. Skin, tooth, nail, body hair, head hair. So reversely like this. Whatever. Whatever is should the recite like this. So Bali mentioned very clearly, mentioned like this. So here in the translation is here. Now when he does the recitation, he should divide it up into the skin pandit, tacha panchaka, etc., and then do it forward and backward. Not only forward, but also backward. After saying head hair, body hair, kesa, loma, naka, nail, danda, teeth, skin, and the jaw, he should repeat it backward. Skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair, like this. Okay? Okay, so Pali continue. Explaining Tadanandra, Tang Anandra. Tadanandra is a Tang Anandra. Da is here no meaning. Da is a refer to previous one. Tang Anandran. After 5 group of Kesaloma Nakadanda to show 5 group, after that meaning. Tadanandran. After that, skin panted. Waka Panchaki. Waka Panchaki. So Waka is a kidney, isn't it? Kidney pandit. 5. Panchaka is a 5. Waka is a kidney. Panchaka is a 5. Pancha is a 5. Panchaka is a 5 group. Panchak. So like this. Mansan Naru Ati. Ati Manjang Wakandi. Wakandi. So Mansang, flesh, Naru, snail, Ati, bones, Ati Manjang, bone marrow, Wakan, kidney. like this. Watawa. Watawa is reciting, saying, or chanting. Puna again. Patiloma do reversely or backward. Backward. Wakkan ati menjang ati naru mansang tacho danda nakha loma kesadi. So you need to go back the beginning like this. So little and little increase, more. So the method is like this. So more concentration, we need more, and then power concentration we get. So that's why only translation. Next to that, with the kidney pendant, after saying flesh, snail, bone marrow, kidney, he should repeat it by what? Kidney, bone marrow, bone, snail, flesh, skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair. So he's reciting like this, reversely, or backward. Okay, and then next step, the door. From that, the door is from that, the waka, panchaka, papasa, panchaki, papasa. Papasa, panchaki, papasa is a lunge, lunge, five pantat, like five group, like this. Harayan, yakanang, kilomakang, pihakang, papasang, papasang, iti. So five. Haraya is a heart, isn't it? Yakana is a liver. Kilomaka is midriff. Pihaka is a spleen. Papasa is a lung. Iti like this, watawa, chanting. And puna again. Patiloma do reversely. Papasa, Pihagang, Kilomagang, Yakana, Hadaya. So don't stop in the Hadaya. Continue Bawa to the beginning. Wakang Ati Manjang Ati Naru Mansang Tacho Tanda Nakaloma Kesa. It is like this, whatever should be reciting. So reversely, you should go to the beginning all the time. Okay, so English translation here like this. Next, starting with the lunch pendant. After saying heart, liver, marriage, plant, lunch, he should repeat it. He should repeat it. Bawat, lunch, plant, merit, liver, heart, kidney, bone marrow, bone, snail, flesh, skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair. Should be practiced like this. So the meaning is a Buddha trying to your mind focus on the concentration power to get that concentration power. So chanting is we can get the concentration power like this. So chanting is sometimes we need, sometimes not all meditation method is no need chanting, but that meditation method that we do body prayer is we need chanting first. Okay, and then Pali continues explaining the door. The toe is from that method, from that step, we keep on Matalunga Panchaki. Matalunga. Matalunga is brain. Matalunga. Brain. Panchaka is 5. So how we chanting? Andang, Andaguna. Andang is a ball. Andaguna is entries. Udriyan is a gorge or abdomen. Karisan is a dome. Matalungan is a brain. It is like this. Watoa is a chanting. After that, Puna again. Patiloma do reversely. We go back to the beginning. Matalungan, Karisan, Udriyan, Andagunan, Andang, Papasam, Piyakan, Kilomakan, Yakanan, Harayan, Wakan, Ati Manjang, Ati, Naru, Mansan, Tacho, Tanda, Naka, Loma, Kesa, to the beginning. It is like this, whatever should we chant, should we make a chanting or recitation? So more, many, huh? Yeah, so very careful mindfulness we need a lot, yeah, to be don't skip the sequentially follow like this, no? Okay, so Pali mentioned like the English translation. Next, with the brain planted, after saying bowel, entry, goal, stone, brain, you should repeat it backward. Brain, down, gosh, entry, bowel, lunch, spleen, marriage, liver, heart, kidney, bone marrow, bone, snail, flesh, skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair, like this. Okay, and then we go to another one. Pali mentioned here the door from that step. From that step, the next one is Meda Chaki, or not Panchaki, Chaki. Cha is a 6, isn't it? 6 group here, not 5 group. 6 group. Meda is a fat. Meda is a fat. So fat sit up. Fat sit up, 6 group. At the end is a meda, fat. So how we chanting? How we make a recitation? Here Bali mentioned Pitan, Sema, Pubo, Loidan, Sedo, Medo iti. Yeah. So Pitan is a ball. Sema is a found. Pubo is a pack. Loidan is a blood. Sedo is a sweat. Medo is a fat. 6 or 6. That's why it's Chucky, not 5. Not Panchaki. Chucky, 6. 6 group. Be done to Medo, 6. So what do I chanting like this? Puna again, Patiloma do, reversely, starting from the middle to the beginning. Kesa. So che me do, se do, loi dan, po bo, se man pi dan, matalungan krisan, udriyan, andagunan, andan, papasan, piyakan, kilomakan, yakanan, harayan, wakan, atimanjang, ati, naru, mansan, tacho, danda, nakalo, ma, kesa. Iti like the kesa, di kesa, iti. Iti like this, whatever should be. Make a chanting or recitation like this. So when later more longer, isn't it? So you need to be more careful, more mindfulness and concentration. So practice like this. Oh, sorry. Practice like this. Huh? So the English translation next with the first six text after saying bowel, fun, pass, blood, sweat, fat. You should repeat it backward. Fat, sweat, blood, pus, pan, bile, brain, tongue, gauge, entry, bowel, lunch, spleen, midrich, liver, heart, kidney, bone marrow, bone, snoo, flesh, skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair. Not easy, isn't it? Okay, it's not finished yet. We have more step. We need to practice. So Pali mentioned here like this, the door. From that step, next one is Mutta Cheki, or another one is also six group Cheki. Mutta is urine. Mutta is a urine. So at the end, urine. So six kind of body part. Asu, Wasa, Kelo, Singanika, Lasika, Muttan iti, like this, six kind. So Asu is from I, tear. Asu. Wasa is a crease between the joint. Greece was Asu was Kilo is a spittle from your mouth, spittle. And then Singanika is a knot. Lasika is a wine or the joint. And then Motan using six point. Yeah. Udwa chanting like this. Una again, but Patiloma do reversely. Modan, Lasika, Singanika, Kilo, Wasa, Asu, Mido, Sido, Loidan, Bopo, Siman, Pidan, Matalungan, Karisang, Udariyan, Andaguna, Andan, Abazan, Piagan, Kilomagan, Yakanang, Harayan, Wakan, Ati Manjang, Ati Naru Mansan, Tajo Danda Nakalo Ma Kesa. To the beginning. Kesa Di, Kesa Idi, whatever should be reciting like this. So, the more and more you need mindfulness. Mindfulness and concentration. So, English translation like this. Next with the urine six steps after saying tear, grease, spittle, knot, wire of the joint, urine. You should repeat it backward. Urine, wire of the joint, knot, spittle, grease, tear, fat, sweat, blood, pulse, fun, bile, brain, tongue, gauge, entrail, bowel, lunch, spleen, marriage, liver, heart, kidney, bone marrow, bone, snoo, flesh, skin, teeth, nail, body hair, head hair. Like this. So the chanting step is like this. We complete. So how many times we need to do it that way? Here Pali mentions. Even like the Kala Saddam. Kala is a time, Satta is a 100 times. Kala Sasan, Sasa is a thousand times. Kala Sasan, 1,000 times. Kala Satta Sasan, 100,000 Vachaya Bhavali Sajayo Kadavo. You should make a recitation many times. That meaning many times. That meaning many times. Okay? And Vachasa, Bhavali, Sajayena, he. Sajayena, he. He, it is true. He is a person, translate. He, it is true. Vachasa, Bhavali, Sajayena, the person who make a recitation, Kamathananti. Kamathana Tandi, sorry. Kamathana Tandi. Tandi is kind of the Pali the sequence. It's a Loma Nakadan like the sequence. Yeah. So Kamathana Tandi means the sequence of meditation. Pakuna. Pakuna is a began expert. Pakuna Hodi. Began expert means you don't need too much for and too much focus. After you many times chanting, automatically you more easy. So you should practice like this. That's why we need to take a time. We need to take a time. Yeah. Okay. So Pali continue mention. Na ito chito cha chita. So na is a later. Ito chito cha. Ito cha. Ito cha. Ito cha. From that. From that also. So ito chito cha. Ito cha. Ito cha means from that. That means there, here and there. Chitta, the mind. Na, vidhavati. Na is together with the vidhavati. Vidhavati is a go away. Na is not go away from that sequence of the chanting. Yeah. That's a very important. So chitta is not go away. So you easily the sequence, no skipping, nothing skipping, everything is properly one after another. Easily, you make a recitation or chanting like this. Okay. Kothasa. Kothasa is the body part. Kothasa. So 32 body parts. Pakata Hondi. Pakata meaning is very clearly appear in the mind. Pakata Hondi. Very evident in the mind, in your mind, meditation mind. The 32 body part is very clearly your mind appear. Yeah, in that way you should practice. So example here, Buddha gave the example. Hatha Sankalika. Viya is a light. Hatha is a hand. In your hand. Sankalika is your finger. The thumb, the finger, the middle finger, etc., one after another. In your hand, these fingers very clearly you see one after another, like this. 32 body parts appear in your mind like this. So Buddha is very easy and example to understand. Hatha Sankalika. And then another example. Buddha is not give one example. Here another example. Vati Pada Panti Viyaja. What is a kind of the letter? Letter. Para is a letter, has a step, many steps. So when you go up the ladder, one step, another step, you cannot skip. If you skip, you will fall down. So each step you need to follow, step by step, a ladder. When you climb up the ladder, like this, 32 body part, you the pay attention, 32 body part, one after, no skip, one after another, sequentially, like this. So Buddhism is very, very easy to understand. When you climb up the ladder, so ladder step it should be one after another. You need to step like this. Kayandi is appear. Kayandi. Kayandi is appear in the mind, in your mind. So the English translation here, the recitation should be done verbally in that way 100 times, 1,000 times, even the 100,000 times, you should be done. For it is through verbally recitation that meditation subject become familiar. Become familiar means it become very obvious, very evident in the mind. So the mind being prevented from the running away here and there. You're running away from the 32 body part and here and there. No chance to running away because it keep on chanting. So the part, 32 body part, began evident, very obvious in the mind, seemed like the finger or the pair of clap hand, or like a row or the fans pull. So here, fans pull, Pali, the translate like this, fans pull. Yeah, I think the letter step is more easy to understand. Anyway, the English translation is like a row or the transport. Anyway, the example is just, one after another, no skip, nothing skip, one after another, sequentially. If you skip, you are not successful. So you need to try again and again, then method. Okay? Okay, so Pali continue explaining here. Yatha Bana. Bana, the other one explaining is Vachasa. Vachasa is a verbally. Yatha is a make verbally. And Datewa. Datewa means in that, similarly, in that way. Manasabi. Manasabi means in the mind only. Not make a sound with your mouth at the time. Yeah. Manasabi sijayo. Manasabi sijayo means silently the pay attention in the mind one after another. Esa loma nakha danda dacho, like this. Yeah. So kadabo should be made. Sijayo kadabo. Recitation should be made like this in the mind only. No, don't need to make a sound at the time. Okay, and then Vachasa Sajayo. He is it is correct. Vachasa Sajayo. Vachasa Sajayo, the verbally reciting. Manasa mentally sajayasa. Sajayasa, the person who make the reciting Bachayo Hodi. So verbally reciting is make strongly supporting, that meaning strongly supporting to the mentally reciting. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Is some, some Pali you, for example, the Purita Sutta, Purita Sutta, when you try to memorize, yeah, reciting first verbally, make a sound with your mouth. And after that, you're very begin expert. You don't need to make a sound, just you in your mind make like that. So first verbally is very strongly supporting to the mentally recitation. So that meaning here Bali mentioned. Yeah. And then Manasa with the mind mentally Sijayo. And the recitation Lakhana Pati Vedasa. Lakhana Pati Vedasa Pachayo Hodi. Lakhana here, Lakhana characteristic. Lakhana is characteristic, but here characteristic is many different kind of characteristic, isn't it? I already told you the individual characteristic. The individual characteristic is Sabhava Lakhana, and Samanya Lakhana is a universal characteristic. Universal characteristic is Samanya Lakhana. Samanya is all Dharma has that kind of characteristic, universal. But individual is each Dharma has their own characteristic. That characteristic is we call Sabhava Lakhana in Pali. Sabhava Lakhana. They're very important. There are two kind of characteristics. But here, the 32 body part characteristic here is, Samanya, the common characteristic of 32 body part is repulsiveness, isn't it? Very awful. Very awful. We don't like, isn't it? Yeah. So repulsiveness, the characteristic. Padiveda is penetrated. That's so mentally reciting your mind more the repulsiveness characteristic understanding, penetrated understanding you make. So Manasam with the mind mentally recitation is supporting to understanding, penetrated understanding in the repulsiveness characteristic. So the Pali mentioned here. So mentally recitation is strongly supporting to understanding the repulsiveness characteristic. Okay, so that's why in Pali Manasa Sachayo Lakhana Pativedasa. Patiweda is penetrated understanding. Patiweda. So that's why in the Buddha teaching we classify in the three kinds. Pariyati, Patipati, Patiweda, isn't it? Pariyati is a learning, the teaching of Buddha, the Pitaka, and then the Patipati is a practice meditation, Patipati, and Patiweda is a penetrated understanding, Patiweda. So here Patiweda. Lakhana Pativedasa. Lakhana Pativedasa Pachayo Hoti. So mentally recitation is very, very beneficial for us. How? To make a penetrated understanding in a repulsiveness of 32 body part. Okay. Okay. So after that, we have to go next step. Vanatoti. Vanato meaning is according to the color meaning is another step is according to the color we have to practice. So Pali explaining according to the color meaning is Kesa Dina. Kesa Adina. Kesa is a head hair, etc., etc. Will know color. What to be double? What to be double means should be defined. Should be analysis. Should be analysis in the color. Yeah. So the head hair is a many different person has a different color head hair. So that one you should analysis like this. Okay. And then Santana Dodi, another step. Another step is Santana Do. Santana Do is the shape. According to the shape meaning is Te Sanyiwa. Te Sanyiwa. Te San Ewa. Te San is these head hair, etc., etc. Only, not the other. So that means 32 body part. Head hair, etc., etc., 32 body part. Santana shape. What to be done should be analyzed. Should be defined. Okay, so that's why English translation here, the mantra recitation should be done just as is done verbally. So for the verbal recitation is a condition or cause to supporting for the mantra recitation. And mantra recitation is a condition or cause to support for the penetrated understanding of the characteristic of the phonics or repulsiveness. Lakkhana Pativedasa. And then as to the color of the head hair, etc., etc., and should be defined. Double. And then Santana Do, as to the shade, there is a 32 body per shade should be defined. Like this. Okay. And Pali continue explaining another step. Another step is Santana Do, Disa Do. Disa Do Di. Disa Do. Disa is a direction according to the direction. Disa Do Di. Disa Do meaning he explain more detail. Imasame is with the suriri. Imasame suriri in that body. Imasame suriri in that body. Nabi Do. Nabi. Nabi is from the what we call bottom. The belly button. Nabi door from the belly button. Odam is up. Odam is up direction. Uprimadisa. Uprima is up. Disa is a direction. Uprimadisa up direction from the belly button. And then a door, down. Hitima disa. Hitima disa is a down direction, downward direction. Upward direction, uprima disa. Hitima disa is a downward direction. So the meaning is our body make a two path from the belly button, downward direction and upward direction. Only two we separate. Yeah. Tasama, therefore, ayan kotaso, ayan this, kotaso body part. His body part is Vipassanā desire. In that direction. So that body part is in that direction, maybe downward direction. That body part is maybe our direction. So like this, you make an analysis. Yeah, these are our tapitava. According to the direction, you should analysis like this. Our direction, downward direction, uprima disa, hitima disa, like this. Yeah, this is a disa door direction, according to the direction. So many steps we need to do. We need to practice 32 very part. Not easy. Huh? We have to follow that step by step. And then Okasado. Okasado is according to the location. Okasado. Ayangotaso. Ayangotaso is this body part is Imasamainama Okasi in that location. Pichi, but Patetito. Potato. Potato is standing. Or existing. Standing means not stand up. Existing. Here meaning is. That body part exists in that location. Like this. It is like this. Tasa, that, okaso is a location. In that location, what habitable should be make analysis. Should be defined in that way. This is a okasato. Okay. So English translation like this. As to the direction. Isato. In this body, outward from the navel, so the belly button, is our direction. And then downward from it is the downward direction. So the direction should be defined thus. This body part is in that direction. That body part is in that direction. Like this. You should make a define or analysis. And then as to the location, Okasato, the location of this or that part should be defined as this part is established in that location. So like this, you should define or you should analyze it. Because to make more clearly in your mind. In that step we need. Okay. And then another step. Pali mentioned Parichidato, isn't it? Parichidato. Parichida is the Parichidadoti according to the boundary or delimitation is Sabhaga Parichido. Sabhaga is a similar delimitation or boundary, similar boundary. Sabhaga Parichido. Sabhaga is a similar boundary. Visabhaga Parichido. Visabhaga is dissimilar, opposite. Similar, the Sabhaga, Visabhaga, we is here opposite. So Visabhaga is a dissimilar, not similar boundary. So two kind of boundary here. Dve Prechida. Dve Prechida. Dve is a two. Prechida is a boundary. Yeah. We have to practice in that way. Tata. In that two kind of boundary, in that two kind of Prechida, Sabhaga Prechida and Visabhaga Prechida. So how we practice? A young Gotha saw this body part is Hitta. Hitta is a lower direction. Uparicha is a upper direction. Tiriyancha is the surrounding. So the meaning is so Hitta meaning is the depth. Upri meaning is height. Tiriyancha is width. You should understand like this. Yeah. So I think it's a very easy to understand. Hitta is the depth. The upri is height. And then Tiriyancha is Tiriya is the width. Yeah. So imina nama Brichino iti. So in that boundary. So that body part is in that boundary of something, lower something, and then surrounding. Yeah. So like this. Even like this, Sabhaga Brichiro. Sabhaga Brichiro is a similar boundary. Veditavo should be known. And then Kesa is the head hair is not loma, no body hair, like this. Loma be body hair also not Kesa, no head hair. It is even like this. Imesa Katawasena. Oh no, Amesa, sorry. Amesa Katawasena. Amesa is a mix. Amesa is not mix. Kata is a make. Wasena according to make not mix. Visabhaga Brichido. Visabhaga Brichido is dissimilar Brichida. The boundary Veditavo should be known. Yeah. So in that way, we need to practice in that step. Very important. So in the English translation, as to the delimitation or the boundary, there are two kinds of the delimitation or boundary. That is the delimitation of the similar and then delimitation or the dissimilar. So herein means in this two kind of delimitation. So the delimitation or the similar should be understood in the way this body part is delimited above and below and around by this. So you should focus like this. And then delimitation or dissimilar should be understood as non-intermixed neck. In that way, head hair are not body hair. So like this, not mixed with the body hair and head hair. And then body hair are not head hair. So like this, and this is the Vipassanā Parichita. The method. Vipassanā Parichita. Okay. Okay, so Pali continue explaining. We finish 7 kind of the step. Even like this, Pali study. Even like this, Sadada, 7 kind, Ogaha, Osalan, Ski in the landing, 32 body part. Ski in landing, 32 body part, 7 kind like this. Isn't it? Achikandina. Achikandina means the teacher teach. Idam Kamatana. This Kamatana is Asukasme Sutta. In that sutta, Asukasme Sutta, in that sutta, Patikula Vasena. Patikula is a full necks or repulsive net. Very, very, very daddy. Patikula Vasena, according to the fullness or repulsive net, Kachi Dan. Talk. Asukasme. In that sutta, Dhadu Vasena. Dhadu Vasena is according to the Dhadu is the element. Vasena is according to the element. Not particular, not phonics. So Samsutta is the meaning is Samsutta focus, Buddha focus is the phonics view. Samsutta 32 Bodhisattva mentioned elements view. Dhadu Vasena. Elements view, phonics view, particular view. So not the sutta is because of the listener has a different understanding. That's why Buddha used a different technique use, different view use to teach his teaching. So that's why he mentioned. Nyatoa. Nyatoa is a knowing. So teacher knowing in that way. And Achikitavan should be teach. Yeah, that's very important also. Some meditator view is just only element. Some meditator view is just only phonics. They want. So according to the way, the teacher should teach like this. Okay. Iden he is Iden he explain more detail because it's not very clearly. So in more detail explaining. Iden is a Kammatthana. So Iden, this meditation is Mahasatipatthana Sutta. This meditation method is Mahasatipatthana. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Patikula Vasena. Vasenewa, sorry. Patikula Vasenewa, according to the phonics only. According to the phonics only, Katida, Buddha talk. Yeah. So Buddha focus is different Sutta and different view, but saying 32 body part mentioned, but the view is different. So we need to be careful here. 32 body part, different Sutta, different view and passion, and then the Buddha focus. So here, Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Buddha mentioned 32 body practice, Aloma Nakadanda is for next view. Particular was saying Newa, only. Newa is only. Ewa. Only. Only fullness view, Buddha talk. And the other one, Mahahati Bodhopama. Mahahati Bodhopama is in the Majjhima Nikaya. In the Majjhima Nikaya, Mahahati, but the Hati is an elephant. Elephant Buddha is a footprint. Great, big the elephant footprint Sutta. The Buddha gave the example in that Sutta. So that's why in the Sutta name is Mahahati Bodhopama. So in the Sutta also, Buddha mentioned 32 body part, but not saying in Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Okay, and then another Sutta, Maharahulowada. Maharahulowada Sutta. Maharahulowada, Yaula is a Buddha son. So Buddha teaching his son. So that's many teachings. So when the Yaula began the monk, the teaching Yaula is many teaching. In this Sutta also. And then Dhatu Vibhinge Sutta. So three different Sutta. Mahahati Bodhopama Sutta, Mahayaulovada Sutta, Dhatu Vibhinga Sutta. Dhatu is element. Vibhinga is analysis. Analysis of the element. In that Sutta also. Dhatu Vibhinga Sutta. Also, how Buddha teaching that you do Dhatu was saying. Dhatu element was saying according to the element view, not for next view, not particular view. In those Sutta, Buddha mentioned 32 body part, but these 32 body part, Buddha focus is to mention elements, not phonics, not particular. Katida, Buddha talk. Katida is a Buddha talk. So we have to understand like this. So that's why here. So Pitaka, to understand the Pitaka is not easy. Just reading, just translation you read, you cannot understand easily. We need what Buddha focus is. Here mentioned in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, 32 body part Buddha mentioned, but Buddha focus is phonics. To view these 32 body parts phonics view. But in the Mahahati Bodhopama Sutta, Mahayaulovada Sutta, Dhatu Vibhinga Sutta, in those sutta also, Buddha mentioned 32 body part, but focus is different. Only to mention elements, dhatu. So be careful. So they don't understand what the Buddha focus. Maybe their decision, their translation may be wrong. So be careful. That's why we all the time we say critical learning is not very easy. Like a very very complicated deep forest when we go, many way, isn't it? Like this. So be careful. Okay. And then kaya kata sati sudi pana. Here. Pana, the other one. Kaya gata sati sudi. Kaya gata sati sutta. Kaya gata sudi. Kaya gata sati sutta. Yasa is a sun body. Wanado is the according to color. Wana. Upatadi appear in the mind. The according to color appear in the mind for somebody. Dan Sandaya. Yeah. Dan Sandaya is Dan is a dead person. To that person. Sandaya. So Dan Sandaya means for that person. For that person. Wanado color, the colors, the practice meditation with a color. So that method, that technique is for that person. So that person is not mentioned clearly here. Chattari Janani. Jana. For Jana. Chattari Janani. Yeah. Because when we learn the casino, so Wana, Kala isn't it? Kala is one kind of practice together jhana, isn't it? We already learned in the previous casino. Kala casino. Yeah. So for that person. Chattari Janani, Vipassanā. Vipassanā means Vipada is explained analytically. So the meaning is the only elements Buddha focus. Sadhiti Bodhisattva only element Buddha focus is only element that is for Vipassana, not Samatha, not Jhana, not for Jhana. We have to understand like that. And the Kala, when we apply the meditation objects as according to the Kala, but 32 body part. But the view is only Kala that is for Jhana. Jhana means for Samatha, no Vipassana. So Samatha and Vipassana is separate like this. Very important. If you don't understand the mix, so here mentioned clearly. So that's why I want to mention that, if you learn the kind of the meditation method clearly, you can more clear understanding. So that's very important. When you practice meditation more clearly and more easily, your practice will be successful. Okay? So here Pali mentioned Tattha. Tattha means in that two kind of meditation method. Object is saying 32 body part, but one technique is for Vipassana, inside meditation. Another technique is for tranquil meditation, Samatha, not Vipassana. In that two kind, Tattha. Tattha means in that two kind. Dhatu Vasena, Katita. Dhatu Vasena is according to the element. Katita, what the Buddha taught is Vipassana Kamathana, 40 for Vipassana meditation. So very clearly mentioned. So be careful. That's what I told you. Okay? And then Patikula Vasena Katita. So Patikula Vasena, Patikula, the phonics, according to the phonics, according to the Vipassanā, Katita, what the Buddha taught is Samatha Kamathana. Only tranquil meditation, Samatha meditation. So, in Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Buddha mentioned 32 body part is particular view. That's not for Vipassana, just to make a concentration only. So be careful. No, don't mix with. But mentioned in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, but view is only for to make concentration power, just to make concentration, but not Vipassana. After that, you apply that power concentration in your inside meditation Vipassana. Yeah. So Buddha want to make like this. So that's very important to understand. Okay. So Pali here clearly mentioned Dadedan Ta Edan. Dadedan Ta Edan. Edan means that meditation is Ta'idan, that meditation is Ida. Ida is in that particular manasikara Tada in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Kaya Nupassana is many different Pava. Pava is a part. So particular manasikara Pava is mentioned 32 body part. Yeah. So that's why Samatha Kamathana Namewati. Samatha Kamathana Mewa Iti. Only the Samatha Kamathana. Samatha meditation. Name is only Samatha meditation. Yeah. Okay? We have to understand in that way. So that mention clearly here is very, very important. You should apply in other sutta also. This is a give the guidance, or this is a clear instruction to understand. In other sutta also, we have to apply that way. Yeah, this is very, very important. Okay, so English translation like this. One, the teacher tells the skill in the learning in 7 ways. Thus, he should do so, knowing that certain sutta in the meditation subject is expounded from the point of view of repossessment, and in the certain sutta from the point of view of elements, dhatu. So for the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, it is expounded only as a repossession. In the Mahahatipurabhama Sutta, in the Mahayaulavada Sutta, in the Dhatu Vivenga Sutta, It is meaning is the 32 body part is expounded as an element. So in the Kayakadasati Sutta, however, 4 jhana are expounded with the reference to one who to whom has appeared as a Kala Kasina. Kala is a Kala Kasina. So that's why in two different methods, samatha or vipassana, two kind. It is an insight meditation, samatha, the vipassana, that is expounded as element, not the repossession. As a serenity meditation or samatha meditation, subject is that is expounded as a repossession, not elements. Okay, so consequently, it is only the serenity meditation subject that is relevant here. Relevant here means here is for only just samatha because of repossession too. Okay, so that's today. These points are very, very important to understand. If you don't understand properly, you will get the wrong information and you will practice wrongly. So you will waste your time. You will waste your time. So be careful. That understanding is very, very important. Anyway, so we stop here today. So before we stop the lecture, we wish Buddha teaching staying longer and longer in the universe. So this is very important. The Buddha teaching is, I already told you, not very easy because the Buddha used many different kind of technique to explain the teaching of his uh, understanding and in very many ways, different methods. So we have to be careful when we learn the teaching of the Buddha. Okay, so before stop the lecture, we wish Buddha teaching staying longer and longer in the universe. So saying Buddha Sasanam Chidantita 2 and 3 times, please. Buddha Sasanam Chidantita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chidantita 2. Buddha Sasanam Chidantita 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. Idame punya asawakayam wang hodu. Idame punya nibbanasa pacayo hodu. Idame punya megapala nyanasa pacayo hodu. Sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. We make an announce next week. We don't have a class. I have to do something, so sorry about that. So following the next week, we were huh? we were continuous. Okay. So thank you very much for your watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.